The sun was setting over the busy city, casting a golden glow on the tall buildings that reached for the sky. The streets buzzed with life, filled with honking cars, chatter from pedestrians, and the distant sound of street performers sharing their talents. Bright lights from shops and restaurants illuminated the sidewalks, creating an atmosphere of excitement and energy. People hurried by, wearing designer clothes and holding fancy bags, lost in their own worlds. Yet, amidst this glamour, there were also shadows. In the corners of bustling plazas and beside busy storefronts, some individuals sat quietly, their faces weary and hopeful at the same time. They were often overlooked by passers-by, who were too caught up in their own lives to notice the struggles of those who had fallen on hard times. The contrast between wealth and hardship was striking. It was a reminder that not everyone experienced the city in the same way. One corner of a popular park became a makeshift home for a young girl named Lily. She wrapped herself in a worn-out blanket as she watched the world go by. Despite her situation, there was a flicker of determination in her eyes. She dreamed of a better life, where she could have a warm bed and pursue her passions. As she sat there, absorbing the vibrant life around her, little did she know that her path was about to intersect with someone very special, the famous actor Johnny Depp. This unexpected meeting would change everything for Lily. Lily was just 11 years old, but her life story felt like an entire book filled with ups and downs. She had not always lived on the streets. A year earlier, she had a warm home and a loving family. Lily's father was a carpenter, and her mother managed a small cafe. They weren't rich, but they were happy. However, things took a sudden turn when her father lost his job due to company downsizing. The family struggled to make ends meet, and soon, they lost their home. After moving from one temporary place to another, her parents decided to leave the city for a fresh start, believing that things would get better elsewhere. But the situation only grew tougher. Lily's parents argued more often, and one day, they simply disappeared without saying goodbye. Alone and scared, she made the difficult choice to stay put. Despite everything that had happened to her, Lily remained hopeful. She spent her days sketching the beautiful scenes she saw around her and dreaming of becoming an artist. With each drawing she created using pieces of discarded paper and broken pencils, she poured her heart into her art, finding solace in her imagination. It was her way of escaping the reality of living on the streets, where kindness often felt distant and dreams seemed far out of reach. Yet beneath her weariness lay a spark of determination, a belief that one day, someone might notice her talent and help turn her dreams into reality. Excitement filled the air as fans gathered outside the Grand Theater, where Johnny Depp was set to premiere his latest film. The buzz of thrill and anticipation electrified the evening, drawing people from all around the city. With flashes of cameras lighting up the night, Johnny stepped out of a sleek black car, his charismatic smile instantly captivating the crowd. Fans shouted his name, waving posters and memorabilia, hoping for just a glance or a wave from their idol. Dressed in his signature style, an eclectic mix of hats, scarves, and jewelry, Johnny exuded a unique charm that had won hearts worldwide. He paused to sign autographs and take selfies, effortlessly connecting with his fans in a way that felt genuine and warm. As he moved through the crowd, laughter and cheers erupted, blending into the city's lively soundtrack. It was clear that Johnny's presence brought joy not just to his fans but also to the spirit of the city itself. While the cameras flashed and shouts echoed, a small figure stood quietly on the sidewalk nearby. Lily, watching from her corner with wide eyes, felt both awe and nervousness at the sight of the world-famous actor. She had seen actors in movies before but never imagined she would see someone so famous so close. Little did she know that this moment would mark the beginning of an unexpected connection, a chance encounter that could change her life forever. As the crowd's cheer reached a peak, Lily felt a rush of courage. For the first time, she carefully stepped out from her place against the wall, her sketchbook clutched tightly in her hands. The cheers and shouts pulsed around her like a wave of sound, but her focus was on Johnny Depp, who was now just a few feet away. She could hardly believe he was so close. Taking a deep breath, she approached him, her heart racing. She called out softly, "Mr. Depp." When he turned and met her gaze, his smile dimmed just slightly as he noticed the hopeful yet nervous expression on her face. The other fans were still shouting and taking pictures, but Johnny's attention was drawn to this small girl standing before him. Can I show you something?" Lily asked, her voice barely audible above the noise. She opened her sketchbook, revealing colorful drawings tucked between its worn pages. "I love to draw," she explained, her fingers trembling slightly. "I wanted to be an artist, but," her eyes dropped for a moment, showing the weight of her story. Johnny looked down at her sketches, his expression shifting from surprise to genuine interest. "These are amazing," he said softly, kneeling to her level. "What do you need help with?" In that moment, as their eyes locked, both Lily and Johnny felt the possibility of something significant unfolding, a connection that could change the direction of her life for good. As Lily held her sketchbook open, Johnny's eyes widened in surprise at the vivid colors and imaginative artwork that filled the pages. Each drawing seemed to tell a story, capturing moments of beauty and hope. He could hardly believe that such talent came from this small girl standing before him, her hands trembling with a mix of excitement and fear. Listening to Lily's soft voice as she described her dreams, Johnny felt a wave of compassion wash over him. He could see the weight of her struggles reflected in her eyes, but he also sensed a flicker of determination that resonated deeply with him. "You have a real gift," he said warmly, his voice gentle and encouraging. "These drawings are remarkable." Johnny knelt down to be at eye level with her, completely tuning out the chaos of the premiere around them. He wanted Lily to feel seen and valued in that moment. "What can I do to help you?" he asked sincerely. Lily's eyes lit up with hope, and for the first time in a long while, she felt a sense of belief that someone truly cared. Johnny's compassionate nature shone through as he listened intently, ready to offer not just words of encouragement, but also practical support that could help turn her dreams into reality. It was clear that this was not just another encounter for him, he genuinely wanted to make a difference in her life. As Johnny continued to study Lily's sketches, he noticed something that made his heart leap, a small drawing in the corner of her sketchbook. It depicted a vivid scene of a bustling city, similar to the one they were in, but there was a unique twist. The buildings were transformed into whimsical shapes with bright colors, and smiling characters populated the streets, bringing them to life. What struck Johnny most was how Lily infused her art with joy and hope despite her own difficult circumstances. She had taken the very environment that had been harsh to her and turned it into a source of beauty and imagination. In that moment, he realized that this girl had not only talent but also an incredible ability to see the world differently, a gift that many artists strive to capture. A spark ignited within him as a brilliant idea formed. Johnny recalled how art had always been a way for him to express himself and connect with others. He wondered if he could use his platform to provide Lily with an opportunity she never dreamed possible. "Lily," he said slowly, his eyes shining with excitement, "would you like to showcase your artwork in a special exhibition? I think people would love to see your creativity." The thought of sharing her work filled Lily with disbelief and happiness, and Johnny could see the flicker of hope reignite in her eyes. He knew this was just the beginning, something significant was unfolding before him, and he was determined to help make it happen. Feeling a surge of determination, Johnny knew he wanted to do more than just offer Lily an exhibition opportunity, he wanted to help her build a future. "Lily," he said, his voice warm and inviting, "how about we work together? I'd love to mentor you and help you develop your artistic skills." Her eyes widened in disbelief as she processed his words. A mentor? The very idea seemed like a dream. Johnny continued, "Let's set up regular meetings where we can talk about your art and explore new techniques. I can introduce you to other artists too. You have so much potential." Excited but still hesitant, Lily nodded slowly as tears of gratitude welled up in her eyes. Johnny noticed the emotion on her face and smiled, reassuring her. "And don't worry about everything else for now. We'll figure things out together. You deserve a chance to shine." He pulled out his phone and began to create a plan for their first meeting, excitedly jotting down ideas about what they might do together, visits to art galleries, art supplies for her sketches, and even brainstorming sessions where they could discuss her aspirations. As they talked, the noise of the premiere faded into the background, leaving only the two of them immersed in their conversation, a world where possibilities were endless. Johnny felt fulfilled knowing he was helping Lily step toward a brighter future. It was more than just mentorship, it was a friendship blossoming from shared dreams and hope. As their mentorship began, Johnny and Lily found themselves sharing more than just art techniques, they discovered common interests that deepened their bond. During their first meeting in a cozy cafe, surrounded by the aroma of fresh coffee and pastries, Johnny asked about her favorite artists. Lily's eyes lit up as she spoke passionately about Van Gogh and his vibrant use of color. "He makes me feel like I can see the world in new ways," she exclaimed. Johnny nodded in understanding, sharing his own admiration for the artist and how Van Gogh's work had inspired him through his acting career. They laughed together as Johnny recounted a playful moment on set where he had to channel the intensity of a Van Gogh painting for a scene. The connection between them grew stronger as they exchanged stories about their childhoods and the dreams they once had. In later sessions, Johnny introduced Lily to various art forms, from painting to sculpture, encouraging her to try different mediums. One afternoon, while working with clay, they created funny little figures together, giggling as they shaped them. It was during these moments of laughter and creativity that Lily felt the weight of her past begin to lift. Johnny's unwavering support filled her with hope, and she started to believe in her own talent more than ever before. Their friendship blossomed, transforming into a safe space where both could express their dreams and fears freely. It became clear that this connection was not only about art but about healing and rediscovering joy in life. As news of Johnny Depp's mentorship with Lily spread throughout the community, it began to create a ripple effect of kindness and support. Many people were inspired by his willingness to help a young girl in need and started to take notice of the challenges facing others around them. Local artists, moved by Lily's story and Johnny's encouragement, reached out, offering her art supplies, workshops, and even invitations to join their creative groups. A small gallery owner, touched by the idea of showcasing Lily's work, organized a community art show featuring not just her pieces but also works from other local artists who had faced similar struggles. This event became a platform for sharing stories and raising awareness about homelessness and the importance of community support. Volunteers from nearby shelters stepped forward, providing meals and resources for children like Lily living on the streets. The city began to unite in efforts to create programs that would help young artists find their footing in the world. Through Johnny's genuine connection with Lily, people saw the transformative power of kindness and mentorship. As they collaborated on initiatives for change, people felt empowered to make a difference. The once bustling city streets now echoed with hope and camaraderie, a reminder that one act of compassion could inspire many others. Johnny's involvement not only uplifted Lily but ignited a movement within the community, proving that together they could create an environment where dreams could blossom for all children in need. As time passed, Lily blossomed under Johnny's mentorship and the support of her community. Her artwork began to gain recognition, with her pieces not only displayed in local galleries but also celebrated in art shows dedicated to youth experiencing hardship. Each stroke of her brush reflected her journey from despair to hope, reminding everyone of the resilience found in creativity. Johnny remained a steadfast presence in her life, attending her exhibitions and encouraging her to pursue new artistic challenges. He shared stories of his own experiences in the arts, emphasizing the importance of staying true to oneself even in the face of obstacles. With each meeting, their bond deepened into a lasting friendship built on trust and mutual respect. Lily's transformation inspired others beyond the art community. Local businesses started hosting workshops for underprivileged youth, allowing more kids to explore their passions and express themselves creatively. Awareness grew about homelessness and its impact on children, leading to collective efforts aimed at supporting these vulnerable individuals. In the end, Lily's journey showed that compassion can create waves of change that ripple throughout a community. Johnny's willingness to help not only changed one girl's life but sparked a movement that brought people together for a common cause, uplifting those in need. Through kindness, mentorship, and support, they proved that anyone can make a difference. As Lily continued to chase her dreams as an artist, she carried forward the message that when we help one another, we all thrive together in a brighter world.